Hey, my name is Josh with Smiley Electric. Um, Oftentimes we get questions about electrical panels and if it's safe to turn something back on. That's a really difficult question to answer over the phone, and we really try not to do that. So today I'm just going to show you my electrical panel here. That's our panel, the panel I'm working on right now, and let's take a look at it. Okay. So in this electrical panel, you're going to notice a couple of things. You're going to notice that we've got all of these breakers here, these beautiful breakers. And I'm just going to give you an example of a breaker tripped. So you can see that this breaker right here is on, okay? That's fully on the on position. We've got these two other breakers here. These are completely in the off position, so they're all the way to the left, all right? So, and this only works on these breakers that have this button, but this is just to simulate tripping, okay? If you press that button, now you notice how that breaker's in the center, okay? Go up to this one, that one's completely on all the way to the right. This one is off completely to the left. So, that breaker that's in the center there, that means it's tripped. It's in the middle. What you want to do to reset the breaker is turn it all the way to the left, like so, and then turn it back on to the left, to the right. Okay, now the breaker is on. If your breaker trips a second time, that means you've got a problem somewhere. I would advise against turning the breaker back on. And all these steps I'm showing you assumes that you have electrical knowledge to some degree. This is just a tutorial in my home. I am not encouraging you to turn electrical breakers on or off. This is just a demonstration for legal purposes. That's why I'm saying that. So in any event, whenever anything happens in the panel, the electrical panel, and stuff pops off, if you just suddenly notice something goes off, it's not really the best idea to just go outside and just turn it back on. Why is that? Because you don't know the reason why it turned off. My suggestion would be to call an electrician. If you're in the Portland area, call Smiley Electric. We're able to help you. And let's figure out why this went off. A service call is it's $2.95 for us to come out and spend about an hour to figure out what's going on in your house and to give you some solutions. You want to avoid just turning the breaker back on. The reason why is because, number one, either the wire is heating up and it caused the breaker to overheat and then turn off. The second reason is there could be a failure. Maybe some wires came apart and that's why it turned off. The third thing, it could be an appliance. It could be a light fixture, something of that sort. But you have to look at it this way. If the breaker's tripping, it's doing its job. You want it to trip, because if it doesn't trip, then that could be a safety concern. That's a fire hazard, that's electrocution, you know, so on and so forth. So panel safety, we offer panel checks, safety checks at the panel. We'll inspect the entire panel to make sure everything's operating the way that it should. And just go through your entire electrical system so that you can be confident that your panel is working the way it should be. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've watched to the end, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. Have a great day.